Well, hey, B, it's JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to the channel. Listen, I want to talk about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City real quick. I don't think the episode was really all of that for real, but we're going to get through it. I feel like when Bronwyn and Lisa kind of had their back and forth, I don't think I took a whole lot of good notes on that, but we're going to talk about it. All right. So Lisa and Meredith are about to go to the spa. Of course, Lisa gets a call from Heather on her way to the spa, so she decides to invite Heather to the spa so that they can talk shit about Bronwyn in so many words, okay? So Heather arrives and she tells them that she was invited to Bronwyn's house for her to tell her that she was a shitty person. Now, right out the gate for me, I'm not really appreciating how Heather tells stories because she doesn't always tell the stories accurate. Okay, she always tell the stories to either make herself appear as though she's the victim or to make it appear as though the person that she's talking to is the victim in the situation. And she's just annoying, okay? She said Bronwyn brought up a lot of weird stuff and acted like she didn't know why Bronwyn was apologizing to her because Bronwyn wasn't being really clear about it. She said that I guess Bronwyn wanted her to apologize, and Heather just told the story off, okay? Basically, she made it seem like whatever Bronwyn did, she was out of order for it, she was wrong, and she was acting outrageous, basically. That's what it was given. So Lisa, in my opinion, just eating up everything Heather says, and I feel like she did this in the car, before she was invited to come to sit down. Lisa is trying to match the energy of Heather. Lisa tries to paint Bronwyn out to be in the wrong when Bronwyn reached out to her, told her she wanted to invite her and her husband on a trip, but Whitney and her husband will be there too, and wanted to double check to make sure that she is okay and that her husband is okay with being in the same place as Wendy. Okay? I'm sorry, as Whitney. So to me, I feel like Lisa was over there being fake, making it seem like she was bothered by Bronwyn asking that question. When it seems to me, Bronwyn was asking the question out of concern to just check the temperature to see if you would be okay with that. When Bronwyn didn't have to do shit. She could have just invited you, didn't really tell you a whole lot. If you asked who was going, she could have just told you they'll be there or whatever, and you can make your own mind up on whether you coming or not. So I didn't like the approach that Lisa took when it came to Bronwyn. Then she gonna sit up there and say, girl, my husband is a CEO of a company. He'll be fine. Well, BITCH, you and your husband are both CEOs of a company, and y'all showed y'all at Angie's party, period. Whether Whitney approached you with the BS or not, you definitely went off on her in that moment, which was fine. Snap on her if you feel like this BITCH is lying and about to put a narrative out there about you that's not accurate. Okay, cool, snap on her. But then for you to go to her husband and create a bigger scene than what needed to be, okay? You was a CEO then and you still showed your ass, and so did your husband. So what else is going on, ma'am? Okay, these are the antics of Lisa that irritates me. All right. So Lisa says that she was like, are you saying me and John created this problem? I'm like, okay, the editors didn't show us that. Okay. And I don't think that that is what Bronwyn was saying. Lisa, baby, you okay? I feel like you tripping. I feel like you tripping, and I feel like you're trying to pander to Heather in this moment. And it's actually disgusting to see. You're trying to make it seem as though you have an issue with your own friend for checking on you and your husband and whether y'all will be okay being on a trip with Whitney and her husband, all for the sake of appeasing Miss Heather Gay. I can't support it, okay? Heather asked Meredith how she feels about it. Now I feel like when Heather asked Meredith how she felt about it, I feel like Heather was asking Meredith because she was trying to fish to see if Meredith too may have an issue with Bronwyn. That's why I feel like Heather was asking. But Meredith was more so like, well, listen, my issue ain't with Bronwyn. My issue is more so with Angie's husband, Sean. Because I didn't like how he put my son into whatever gossip or whatever situation. He didn't have to bring my son up. So that's my problem. Because when I brought it to him, he didn't even acknowledge it enough to apologize. So I do have a problem with him. Yeah. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. Now we see Bronwyn talk to her husband. He's on a business trip out in Korea, and she's excited, get ready to go to, I believe it was Palm Springs and stuff. And he's like, listen, I already told you I don't want no drama on this trip. And you could tell he don't do no drama based on the situation with her daughter and the grandparents, or primarily with the grandparents. Okay, so he is a no drama, no nonsense type of man. So Angie's husband, he wants her to stop giving Lisa so many passes to disrespect her. Okay, because he's been witnessing it and he ain't been saying that because I guess he was just gonna let them figure their friendship out or something. But yeah, he like, okay, you gonna have to draw the line on that. I agree with him. Whitney wants the Barlows to apologize to her husband because she felt like they were in the wrong. And I do feel like they should apologize. I think that the husband has already apologized. And I think that Lisa should apologize for including him in that, which led to him getting assaulted. I also feel like Lisa should be apologizing, in my opinion, just a little bit to her damn husband for getting him involved in a sense. Even though I do feel like it's his job to protect her. So regardless of who the fuck that person was, okay? And that's what he did, but then he overdid it at a later time. But yeah, Lisa, girl, that's the only thing about Lisa. Sometimes I feel like Lisa be in the right with situations, but then also I just be feeling like when she acts like she's never at fault for stuff, it grinds me for sure. Okay. Bronwyn tries to explain to Lisa and Meredith what happened between her and Heather. And in the midst of her sharing with them what went down, it was like they immediately took the side of Heather by saying, oh, well, once Heather's your friend, she's your friend. Lisa, shut the hell up. Because in my opinion, you and Heather are just now becoming friends. What, 4 years in or so? When I feel like Heather has been trying to be your friend, but you was paying her dust. Now you want to say when Heather's your friend, she's your friend. Yeah, she is until she's not. You've seen her and Whitney have their ups and downs. So you should know that y'all about to have some too. It's coming. It's gonna spin back around. But for you to just put it out there and say, once she's your friend, she's your friend. It's like, are y'all even listening to what she's saying? She's trying to explain her side. Y'all sat y'all ass up there, primarily you, Miss Lisa, sat up there, listened to everything Heather had to say about the situation, and even tried to align with her energy by trying to play Bronwyn out like she was wrong for asking you if your husband is okay with being on a trip with Whitney's husband. Girl, what? You tried to sympathize with her so much that you tried to get mad at your friend for asking a question that was being concerned about you. I don't like that. So Bronwyn to me is not wrong. Like you are choosing up a side. You choose up a side and then when you called out, now you want to act like, oh, but that's you guys' issue situation to figure it out. I don't want to have anything to do with it. To me, that ain't no different than Whitney having a conversation with Meredith. Meredith saying she don't want to have shit to do with it. The two ladies get into it and Meredith want to be the one running over there being involved in it. Like what the figure it out, okay? So Lisa says in the confessional that she believes there are two sides to every story. Then why wouldn't this is what she's saying. I feel like it's two sides to every story. My thing is this. If you feel like it's two sides to every story, then why would you allow Heather to bring you a one-sided story of what your good friend, Miss Angie, said about you and your parenting? Why not go to her and get clarification to see if that is exactly what it is that she said or whether Heather twisted words? It's because, in my opinion, you want to see the worst when it comes to Angie. And I'm not saying Angie is innocent by far, but I do feel like in that moment, Angie wasn't necessarily talking about Lisa's parenting. I do feel like Heather twisted words, okay, for me. And to know that you wouldn't even go to Angie to get her side of things, for me, definitely confirms that you showed your ass at her party to slick ruin her party, okay? Just a little bit. Even though you didn't, all that extraness, I feel like you did on purpose. Okay. Let's see. Lisa's husband explains what went down to Seth, so he knows what's going on. Lisa is continuing to be ignorant, in my opinion. When they're talking about this in the car, she said when she saw Whitney and the husband, she shot a bird and saying that she's a liar, this and that. And I'm like, bro, you need to chill. And if I was the husband, he should have told her ass to chill just a bit, okay? Because you already kind of got us in this situation, at least me and Justin. Now, Whitney did that on her own by pulling you into her shit, okay? But then you pulled more people into it, and it didn't have to be that at all. So for you to be shooting a bird and doing all that extra shit, calm the hell down, okay? Calm the hell down. I've already had a conversation with him about apologizing to you. We'll see if he does that. But you adding fuel to the fire, we don't need that right now. So Bronwyn about to get some expensive ass jewelry for her anniversary. How much was that necklace? 1.4 million. How much was the earrings? Was they what, 1.2 or something? I said, God damn. I said, girl, you don't need this. Girl, what the hell? I know y'all got the money, but do you need that? Okay, I feel like a $14,000 necklace and maybe some $12,000 earrings, or even maybe hell, what, 1,400 and 1,200 probably would shine brighter than the shit you finna put on. I just cannot spend that much. I don't care if I'm a trillionaire. No, 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 I can't do that. No, ma'am. And then the lady just comfortably left it with y'all so y'all can get back with her on what your decision gonna be. Baby, I'm shooketh. Bronwyn is giving, to me, Kathy Hilton of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Cause BITCH, not when Whitney said, "Oh, Lisa's gonna hate on you for having, she's gonna be jealous of you for living a life that she can't live or having the things that she can't have." Now, although I don't fully agree with what Whitney is saying, I wouldn't be surprised if she was a little piece of jealous at some point. Okay, once Bronwyn really starts stunning on them hoes. Okay. But I do kind of, I wouldn't be surprised. But at the same time, I'm like, if Lisa was going to be jealous of Bronwyn, she would have been jealous a long time ago. Like, they've been knowing each other longer than this show. So I'm sure she would have shown that. I don't think Lisa's going to be jealous of that lady at all. The biggest issue is Lisa allowing Heather to be the mouthpiece to where she just believes everything that's being said to her. I don't like that. Anywho. So Seth is on a phone call, right? Meredith's husband. He's on a phone call, and she's over there talking to the Barlows, and she's happy everybody's taking a trip and enjoying themselves and stuff, and talks about how busy Seth has been lately, so it's good for him to get a break. Girl, only for him to come back and come and tell her the news. Soon as he says something, I said, watch. When he came back, I said, watch. I said, he finna leave, and that's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he did. I think he's supposed to be there on Monday, so he needs all of Sunday to, get back to where he needs to be and get the hell out. And I'm like, you couldn't push it back to Tuesday? See, for you to be gone as much as you are, I do feel like you might have a piece of shots that you can call. You've been doing this for a very long time. The least you could have did was push it back to Tuesday on arrival time, in my opinion. And maybe you would have had all of Sunday to be with your girl. And then on Monday, you could have flew your ass out. So I don't know. I think Meredith had every right to be pissed the fuck off with him. Because I do feel like, once again, she's taking a back seat to his job. And granted, I understand that the job is there for you to, make money and stuff. But sometimes I think you probably could put your foot down just a little piece. Like, hey, I promise this or that. I got a family outing or whatever, family emergency. Because sometimes family emergency don't mean somebody got to be hurt, dead, and then it's a family emergency that I need to be with my damn family, or y'all finna lead me down the way of damn divorce. So how about this? I have a family emergency that I have to be here for. I can't get there on Monday, but what about Tuesday? Granted, she would have been pissed, but at least he would have stayed another day or so, Girl, I think Meredith, yeah, I would have been mad as fuck too. Okay. Now, Meredith also lets us know that she suffered a bit of hearing loss. So she does have, some, I forgot what they call. I'm going to say earpiece, but I think it's called something else. But she's starting to wear those now. Let's keep going. So while the ladies are sitting out by the pool and stuff and they're chilling, Lisa brings up, or somebody brings up Heather. They're feeling bad that Heather's not there. Meredith wants Lisa to call Heather to check on her. Why y'all need to call? Brittany ass ain't there either. Brittany ain't there. Mary ain't there. But y'all decided to call Heather? Okay, girl. So they call Heather. All right. Whitney says, okay, so Lisa is feeling bad for Heather and her not being there. And then Whitney tries to explain Bronwyn's side of things. And Heather and Meredith were like, well, that's not what we heard. We heard a completely different story. That's not what that is. So when Whitney gave pushback to them from what she knew of the situation, then all of a sudden is, we're going to let them speak for themselves. We'll let Heather speak, and that's on them, and they can figure it out. Now y'all don't want to have nothing to do with it, but y'all was so adamant just a second ago that what Heather was telling y'all was 100% the truth. I guess because it's the source of who it's coming from, which is Miss Whitney. So while they're on the phone with Heather and FaceTiming her and chatting to her and talking to her, Bronwyn comes out the bathroom, okay? And she was offended because she if you see she's not invited and you see that we have an issue and a beef or whatever, why are you FaceTiming her? When you know damn well if you had an issue with somebody and I was on your trip and I FaceTimed them, you would throw a fit. Bronwyn's not wrong. Lisa would damn well throw a fit about it. She would definitely be in her feelings about it, okay? So, Bronwyn goes in on Lisa and talks about how she doesn't defend her in so many words, okay? You rushed to judgment and you made sure you supported Heather, but you didn't really do that with me. I think Bronwyn has every right to feel away. Lisa feels like Heather wasn't talking SHI about Bronwyn, but was explaining her side. Girl, you know motherfucking well she was talking SHI about Bronwyn, so much so that you even decided to kind of talk shit about your own friend to make it seem like she was wrong in a situation. So cut it out. So then I said this is where she's playing in Bronwyn's face, because she also felt the need to talk down on Bronwyn to appease Heather. We talked about that. So they pretty much going back and forth, back and forth. And Lisa tries to play Bronwyn out for not being supportive, when it came down to the Whitney situation. This the stuff Lisa don't be thinking. And Bronwyn said, you a motherfucking lie. Okay, you a motherfucking lie. Because when all of that went down, I came and sat out and I checked on y'all and I said that I wasn't leaving if y'all were not good. Come on, flashbacks. Come on, cameras. Come on to go ahead and show the truth of what really happened, honey. Thank you for that. Now Lisa saying after all of that, I guess she's remembering that Bronwyn did come and support her. Now all of a sudden she don't want to be involved and that they can work at their issue out. So this pissed Bronwyn off. Bronwyn's like, oh, bitch, girl, that's not fair at all. Okay, when it's you and somebody else, I'm supposed to have your back. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to ride your motherfucking dick like it's my goddamn job, bitch. When it comes to you and the beef you have with somebody else. But when it comes to little old Bronwyn and whoever she's beefing with, then I gotta go and I gotta sort it out with the person myself. I can't nobody else have my back. Whenever somebody talks about you, I don't just automatically believe it. All I do is tell them, which she did, play that flashback when Whitney was talking shit about Lisa. Instead of Bronwyn accepting and believing whatever it was that she said, what did she do? She said, well, I hear what you're saying, but I don't know that side of Lisa for me to co-sign. And that's why I felt like Angie was wrong, because Angie pretty much was like, well, yeah, when she gets mad, that's what she does. Okay, that was a little messy there. But anywho, Bronwyn was wearing Lisa out, and I was so here for it. So Lisa was like, well, I'm done with it, and once they have their conversation and they sort this out, then she's gonna owe me an apology. You always want somebody to apologize to you. It's giving you always want somebody to kiss your ass, Miss Lisa Barlow. Absolutely not. No, ma'am. When you watch these playbacks and you see that Bronwyn was actually being more supportive of you than you've shown support for her, then we're going to see who owe who an apology, okay? So, anywho, Bronwyn feels like Lisa hasn't been as supportive to her, especially understanding what she's been going through with her daughter and the grandparents' situation, especially being that Miss Lisa wanted to be the one to kind of bridge the gap with the situation, just a little piece. Like, girl, go ahead on. So, anywho, of course, Whitney is talking to Bronwyn. Then Bronwyn's husband comes in. He's over the bullshit. He's like, girl, I already told you that I want for to do too much of no drama or nothing, especially from Lisa. So he already must know about Lisa, okay? He said, especially from her, you already know. I was not about to have it. So, they gonna have to get it together or they ass can go home, okay? And then she said, well, I'll go ahead and tell them because you ain't as nice as me. All right. Now, I saw some people on social media trying to say that it was giving very weird because it sounds like he was talking to his daughter or whatever like that. And I didn't really take it as that. He sounded like a man that was fed the hell up. And y'all are on a trip that I paid for. Okay. And this is our anniversary trip. I have every right to want to see my wife happy during this time. I have every right to not want to have drama because it doesn't exist in my everyday fucking world, okay? I'm new to this reality life, so I'm not gonna put up with this bullshit. That's what I took it as, and him protecting his wife, and he had every right to want to say, if you just don't get it together, you always gotta go. I'm with Todd all day, okay, all day. So, I mean, he is much older than everybody, it appears. So, hell, if he was sounding like he was talking to them like kids, then I guess try, but I ain't take it as that. Okay, I ain't take it as that. He went over there and talked to Seth and said, listen, my wife is upset. Okay, and if you don't talk to your wife and y'all get y'all shit together and nip it in the bud, you motherfuckers can go home. Okay, that man was real quick. He wasn't even trying to be too rude about it because he said we could get them a car. Okay, I won't even bring them all the way out here and not help them get a way out. Okay, so if that's what it comes down to and we got to get them a ride and ship them over here, ship them over, that's what we gonna do. We'll make sure they make it back safe and sound, but they're going to have to get the hell up off this property. And I was in full support of their husband showing up. What she said? He was my knight in shiny, I forgot what she called that man. Not knight in shiny armor, but knight in shiny something. And I said, he damn sure was, girl. I was in support of it. So y'all can leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. I'm riding with Bronwyn on this, period. So let me know your thoughts down below, okay? That's all I got for you guys at this time. I am Jami. That's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be